I meant to do this video a couple months ago and I never got around to it. I did pick up the Super Mario 3D All-Stars game when it first came out the day of, and I've been playing through. I beat Mario 64 and I've now been playing through Mario Galaxy. I never beat Mario Galaxy. It's my first time actually going all the way through with that game, but Mario 64, I wanted to do a video discussing Mario 64 memories. I want to talk about, and I do these once in a while, my video game memories videos, because I have a lot of memories of Mario 64, and I want to discuss what I think about the game now versus then, because I got to be honest, my opinion on Mario 64 has slightly changed. Not entirely, but now being a bit older and seeing how video games have evolved, I have opinions on this. So first of all, the Mario 3D All-Stars collection, some would say it's overpriced. It's $60 for 3 games that are old. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I could kind of see that argument. Either way, you're getting 3 beloved games. Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, Mario Galaxy. Now, I have not beaten Sunshine or Galaxy, okay? I have never finished those games. Unfortunately for me, I never had a GameCube. When that generation of consoles came out, I chose to go with the PS2. So, I never had a GameCube. And there's a lot of GameCube games that I never got to play or even beat. And that's one of them. It's just how it was for me. It's just console wars. I grew up poor. I didn't have enough money to afford every console ever like I do now. So I chose to go with PS2. It was actually a Christmas gift. And I enjoyed the PS2 because it was awesome. Now, I want to talk about Mario 64 specifically. Okay, now, Mario 64, regardless of your opinion of it, regardless of the fact that Odyssey came out, which to me, Mario Odyssey is the greatest 3D Mario game ever made. I think they really overdid themselves on that one. Mario Odyssey is amazing. Some folks like Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. Respect. There's a lot of great Mario games. No denying it. Mario 64 was like the originator. Mario 64 was not the first 3D game ever made. There had been 3D games before, but Mario 64 was the first 3D game that was this kind of game. It was an advanced 3D platformer. It used the N64's very unique control system, the camera control system. You could now do all kinds of different things with Mario. Mario was originally just a 2D sprite, side-scrolling platformer. You jump, you get power-ups, etc. In this game, you could backflip, you could run in three different, or not in 3 dimensions, like in circles. You can go anywhere, you can explore. And so, the 3D Mario games, like with the 3D Zelda games, changed the way that gaming was even done. Because yes, like I said before, it's not the first 3D game with 3D environments, but for Nintendo to make a game so polished that, again, there are glitches, there are issues, but it's still a smooth game to play, and it's still one that is pretty reasonable as far as difficulty goes, and a great introduction. Mario 64 is pretty damn legendary. Some have said it's their favorite Mario game of all time. It's not my favorite, but I can see why. I mean, it's changed the game. And to me, even the other 3D Nintendo games, like Donkey Kong 64, for example, does not even hold a torch to Mario 64. At all, in my opinion. And then you've got, other, and I'm talking about the ones from that era, not later. I mean, just the ones that came out during that era. Castlevania 64, no good. Not compared to Mario 64, not even close. Then you've got, later on, you had good sequels, but really Mario 64 is what began everything. The level design, the castle with the paintings, the star system. Every 3D Mario game borrowed from this one. Whether it be moons, whether it be coins, whatever you're collecting, power-ups, they all borrowed from Mario 64. So it really is a legendary game. It's not perfect though. When I went back and played it again this time on my Switch, couple things that kind of stuck out to me that for some reason did not bother me as a kid, but now as an adult, if we're nitpicking, when you go into some of these levels, I feel like some of the missions you have to do, some of the objectives are a little bit too vague. Like it'll say something like, stand atop the pyramid. Like, okay, I can probably figure that one out. Or, drain this. And so, like, sometimes you'll be able to figure it out, but sometimes you'll be scratching your head. And I will say this, when I still have my original copy of Mario 64 on the Nintendo 64. And I got 120 stars. I was able to complete that game way back in the day. I mastered it. We're done. I got Yoshi. I did it. This time, for some reason, and maybe it's because I'm older, but there were things that kind of annoyed me more. And I'm sure they annoyed me when I was a kid, too. I mean, I was 12 years old when I played this game. Because you have to understand, when I first got the N64, this was the first game I got. My dad bought me 3 games. This is the first one. It was this one. Then I got Cruis'n USA, which I love playing in the arcade, so I had to get the home version. Then I got Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. Those were my first 3 N64 games. And one thing that I found funny, this is a bit of a side note, is that Mario 64 was the first Mario game that did not come bundled with the system. If you bought a Nintendo, you got Mario or Mario and Duck Hunt. If you bought a Super Nintendo, you got Super Mario World. If you bought a Game Boy, you might have got Super Mario Land if that's the one you purchased. But I remember my dad just being like, wait a minute, so I got to buy the game separately? And that was kind of a thing. Like, yeah, it did not come... The N64 did not come with a prepackaged game. Which I guess kind of pissed off some people, and I can kind of understand why. So whatever, I got the game. Back to my original point. The desert level with the pyramids and the fire level are unbelievably annoying. Now looking back at it. Unbelievably annoying. Frustrating. Now, on top of that, I felt that the water levels were a lot more fun this time around. Especially the one where you have to go into the painting at different angles to drain the water high and low. I really liked that level a lot. That was super creative. The level where you have big world and small world, depending on what painting you go into, awesome. Loved it. The gears level where you have to go in with the clock, where the clock has to be at a certain time for it to determine how fast the platforms move and whatnot. That one varies. It could be really annoying or really fun, depending on when you go in. But there are some issues with this game. I mean, I feel like the camera is a problem. I think when you're... One of the things that really annoyed me about this game, playing it this time, is that when you're platforming... And I'm good at this game, dude. I don't suck at this game. It's just something that caught my eye this time. As you are moving Mario, sometimes the camera will move by itself slowly. And the problem is that you have to readjust your control stick. Because if you're pushing forward with Mario and the camera's moving, you have to kind of go diagonal a little bit. And like, it happens sometimes to where you're on this really thin ledge, or you're trying to be cautious, then the camera moves and you end up dying. Things like that. Now again, we are nitpicking, right? I'm not in any way saying it's a bad game. But I noticed that these were imperfections that still exist. Now, my favorite level in the entire game has to be the ghost level. When you're in Boo's mansion. That was so much fun. It was so different, but yet familiar. And there were so many fun things to do. And you had to really understand Mario's moves and have the skill enough to use them properly to get all the 6 stars. I loved it. I mean, I really did. And I feel like, again, this game laid the groundwork for better games in the future, like Galaxy and eventually, of course, Odyssey, which, to me, Odyssey is the perfected 3D Mario game. So, I have a lot of fond memories of Mario 64. I played the hell out of this game when it first came out. And it's a game that I think will live in infamy forever. It's a long game, and there's a lot of stuff to do in the game. It's worth the money that we paid back then. And honestly, even paying the $60 for the 3 games, I think... I mean, yeah, it's a lot for an old game, but I did enjoy playing it again, even though there are issues, the controller being one of them. I mean, it works for the Switch, but it feels a little tiny bit off. just a little bit. But overall, I mean, it's just even the graphics, which some would say are a bit dated. I mean, I guess compared to the newer ones, of course they are, but I think it still looks great. I don't know. I still like Mario 64. Not the best 3D Mario game, but I still enjoy it. What do you think about this game? Is it still legendary to you? Do you think it has issues? Do you agree with my criticisms? What are your criticisms? Let me know. Thank you for watching, and we'll talk soon.